Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another Top 5 video. Today, I'm going to be showing you the Top 5 worst biomes in Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation. This is a video I've actually wanted to make for a while, because, as you probably know if you follow my channel a lot, I make a lot of seed videos, and this means I have to go through a lot of separate seeds, and there's some things that make me go, wow, this seed is really cool, like look up there, for instance, and there are some things that make me look at a seed and make me go, oh, well, this seed just got significantly worse, and I wanted to kind of discuss particularly that last category quite a bit, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So yeah, basically every biome has its part to play in making the world a really unique place. Like you'll hop from a plains to a swamp to a snowy plains, for instance, but it doesn't mean that each of those biomes plays an equal part, and some of them, by the way, is that a pink sheep just naturally spawned in survival? That's pretty cool, but not all of those biomes play their equal part, and I think some of them could be greatly improved by, improving them slightly, or even just removing them entirely, and that's what I wanted to discuss in this video. So please do like the video if you like it, or if you like pink sheep, I guess that'd be pretty cool, and it helps out the channel and lets me know that you like the video. But let's get straight into the fifth worst biome, in my opinion, in Minecraft, Xbox, and PlayStation, and that is the river biome. So this is one you might not consider to be a biome, but it is in the game code a biome, and it's basically the big chunks of water you're probably quite familiar with already that, can run through pretty much any other biome in the game. And, as you can see, there's one right here. They're pretty thick, they're pretty common, and they're like real-life rivers. They exist and they're quite wide. However, in the game, besides adding a little bit of scenery, they don't really do too much because, if you look at them, it's just a kind of annoyance in the middle of your biome. If I want to get from one side of the plains to the other, I have to swim through the river, which is, it's its own little thing. But in reality, what it just does is it really annoys you because if you want to get a horse across them, you have to find a nice shallow point or make a bridge. If you want to, get anything done, there's nothing really, being served here, because there's clay, maybe, that you could argue, but that's the, there's not too much there. However, there's so much potential that could be done, and that's what really annoys me about this, because, in real life, rivers flow in one direction. If they made that happen in the game, so this was all flowing that way, for instance, one, you'd know which way the river was actually going, and it'd make more sense, and two, it means you could put a boat down, and you could get, driven out to sea really, really quickly. It also means that if you knew there'd be an ocean biome at the end, for instance, then you could be like, oh, I need to find mushrooms, let's follow the river along, and I think that would be a really cool opportunity right there. Whereas right now, they're an annoyance that has clay in sometimes, except you could get clay other places too. So that's kind of my big complaint about the river biome. That's why it's only the fifth worst though, because there are much, much worse biomes on this list. So moving on to the fourth worst biome in the game. It is actually the swamp biome. So the swamp biome was, introduced when they changed all the biomes, and it was probably the most radical of all of them, and it's changed quite a bit since it was introduced to make it a little less bad, but it's still pretty awful, because all it is oak trees, dirt and sand, the same things every other biome has, but there's a bunch of water in between it, just to kind of annoy you, I guess. That's the only purpose I can see for it. I wish they just had maybe a separate, wood. Like, it'd be cool if dark oak came in with the, swamps, instead of just being with the other biomes, and if they had new wood, you'd be like, oh, I'll come here and get that. But right now, it's just, oh, I'm in one of these biomes, and I need some wood. Great. Oh, I'll just, sail across it to get to the end. Oh, I can't even sail across this because there's lily pads in the way that will break my boat, so I guess I'm just gonna slowly walk through the water like this. That's what the biome is right now. It's just another annoyance that gets in your way, and takes up space that I think could be better served by biomes. So maybe it exists to make you think every biome is better, but maybe it's just, an idea that didn't really work out. One thing I will say in its favour is now that slimes will spawn on them, they almost have a purpose again, but again, you can spawn those pretty much anywhere underground, so almost got a purpose swamp, but I guess lily pads, if you want to collect lily pads, the swamp biome is perfect, but if you want anything else from a biome, then the swamp biome is not great, at least not in my opinion, like I said. So moving on to the third worst biome, we're going to have to fly quite a bit here. It is a biome that actually came in only a few updates ago for the console as of making this video, and that is the jungle biome. So the jungle biome was a really anticipated biome. Everyone's looking forward to the jungle wood and the cocoa bean being able to being farmed and stuff, and they weren't entirely wrong, but when it came out, the jungle tree was cool, the cocoa bean farming was cool, and the jungle temples were really cool. However, the other things about this biome, such as the fact that it's impossible to navigate made it not so great, because if you want to get around this place, it's not natural, you have to jump over a lot of stuff, it's almost like parkour the game, and there's not really too much benefit to doing so, because, you explore it once, you see if there's a jungle temple, then you take your cocoa beans with you take your jungle wood with you, and there's no real reason to come back here. So, yeah, it's a biome that's just annoying to navigate. You need to come here once, if that, per world, and they always seem to spawn in such massive, like, sizes that they're always a real pain to get through. Like, it's not just, you know, you walk through for a little bit, but you have to walk through for a very long time, and that's kind of annoying. I like jungle trees, don't get me wrong, they're a nice fourth type of wood, and I'm glad they came in the game, but maybe that's not good enough by itself. I guess you could argue ocelots too, but even then, they're not entirely needed in jungles, they're at the outside of jungles too, and, you know, it's just not a very pointful place, there's not too much point to going into a jungle, and I think that's how it's going to have to be. It's just the way they are, it's the way they'll always be, but I'm not gonna like it anyway. So, moving on to the second worst biome in Minecraft, Xbox, and PlayStation, it is gonna be the Desert Hill biome. So, the Desert biome by itself is one of my favourite biomes. It's a perfect place to build because of how amazingly flat it is. Like, seriously, look how flat this entire area is. No flattening required here, sir. But yeah, it's amazingly flat. It never rains in the desert, even if it's raining elsewhere. It just won't rain here, and it's just a nice peaceful opportunity to do your own stuff. And it also comes the ability to spawn in desert temples and desert villages. However, desert hills remove all of this and also make it a little bit annoying to traverse. So it's the same thing as the jungle, where you have to go around them or go above them. That's not too much of a sin. I kind of like that sometimes, a parkour challenge to the top. But there's no real purpose to be up here because although you get a nice view off the desert, you know, it's just not really achieving too much. You can just go make yourself a stack up or something, and what you sacrifice to get these is so high. So first of all, they lose the flatness of the desert, so they're not great for building. Second of all, desert temples and desert wells, as well as desert villages, won't spawn up here. So, you know, none of the cool structures that make the desert so cool spawn up here, and they're just kind of a raised bump that ruins the desert, and I'm not a big fan of them. If they were less common, I'd be like, ooh, that's rare and that's cool, but at the moment, they're reasonably common. Like, there's one just over here, so... and they don't achieve too much, they just exist. So that's why they're my second most hated biome. They ruin almost one of my favourite biomes in the game, and that's a sin that's pretty bad. Only beaten by a biome that I really don't think should be on console at all. Like, this adds a little bit, but removes a lot, and that is the ocean biome. So what unique features does the ocean biome have? I hope you enjoyed my comprehensive list of the features the ocean biome has. But yeah, the ocean biome does have one thing that's going good for it, and that's a very technical thing, and that is because it has, the only way you can find a ocean biome is if it borders on an ocean biome. So, technically speaking, it's the gatekeeper to a very good biome, possibly my favourite biome in the game. It's definitely got to be up there. But besides being a gatekeeper to a better biome, all it really is a source of pain, dread, and annoyance. So, first of all, there are islands in this, and you might think, oh, that's a cool survival island. These can't spawn animals, because it's part of the ocean biome, so you go here. There's just no positive animals. It's just all hostile mobs on these islands, which isn't fun for anyone. Second of all, if you want to get across these, because they are almost the same size as PC, they actually downsized them once, just look how big this ocean is to get across. This, on a 360 or PS3 size world, this will literally take up half your world, and no one wants that. People want places they can build. They don't want places that can just look at the size of this thing. And although they do add some kind of cool scale to the world, I think they should be scaled according to the size of the world. Because, you know, if you're on a 360 PS3, we've literally traveled the length of a 360 PS3 world, and the ocean just keeps going on, and that's not a good thing. I don't think there should be entirely ocean worlds. I think on the consoles, these biomes should be scaled down, and that's why I think they're the worst biome in Minecraft, Xbox, and PlayStation. They probably shouldn't be here in the first place, they don't achieve too much, and they're cool enough on PC, where your world is infinite, and if you go across them, it's kind of like you've gone to a whole new world. But on the console, it's like you've just gone across them and you've ended up at the world border and you've wondered, where did all the space in my world go? So yeah, that is my top 5 worst biomes for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. Other than that, let me know in the comments down below if you have any ideas for a future top 5, because, you know, this week's one, a lot of people were suggesting it, and that's where I got the idea from. So, you know, leave it down below and maybe it'll be the next top 5. I mean, there's a lot of comments, so it might not be, but maybe it will be, and is that not worth believing in? If you want, I might do the top 5 best biomes after the update comes out, because if you're wondering, the biomes will all change in the next update after I make this video. Obviously, you might be watching this on new biomes and wondering what's up with, you know, all these old biomes here. But yeah, the biomes will all change, so the best biomes and the rarest biomes, I think I might save for a future update, but everything else is still on the table. Leave it in the comments. I've been talking too long, so I'll just show you my really nice pickaxe. It's nice, isn't it? Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.